Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Raptor X here with BitClean Gaming RX, and today we are headed back to Bubba's Fix-It shop to see what we can get fixing. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and we're going to go ahead and get started with today's video. Howdy y'all, Bubba here, back at Bubba's Fix-It shop. We're going to go ahead and take a look, see what we can do to fix up this old car today. We've got a Salem Karen, apparently, from 1989. And go ahead and see, we got a brake system. I guess it needs fixing. Let's go ahead and take a look on here. And put this up in the air quickly. I'm sure it's probably gonna need calipers or brake pads. It's probably gonna be faster just to take this off to the test track. Let's go ahead and do that. Alrighty. Ooh, she's a bit wild. Alrighty, let's see what that's revealed. Alright, there we go. So we got a brake disc, brake caliper, front brake disc, some brake pads. Looks like we probably got an ABS module somewhere in there that's going to need fixing as well. Yep, that'll be that last one there. Alright, let's take a look here. Find where they tucked this away. There we go. ABS pump. Alright, let's go ahead and take our module off of here. Put this thing right up underneath the battery where it's tricky to get at without busting your knuckles. There we are. Yep, that'd be it right there. Alright, let's take a look. So we got one brake caliper, one brake disc, one brake pad, and a ventilator brake disc. So let's go ahead and we'll pull up our little store here and we'll take a look and see what we need to get. Yeah, that's all that. Let's go ahead and put this one back together. Alright, then let's go ahead and we'll take a look here. We're going to mark these because we got one scattered all over the car here. There we go. Alright. I know we got at least one rear one here because we don't have the ventilated disc. Yep, that's probably calipers right there. Just gonna need to fix as well. And pads is okay on that one, but boy, that brake disc, it's gonna need some fixing. Let's go ahead and we'll take that tire off there. are. Take that calipers off there and take the brake pads back off. And go ahead and start putting things back together again. Alrighty. Put our rims back on here. Do the wheel hokey pokey. There we are. That's got that one fixed. Let's go ahead and pop over here. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go take a look here. Got ourselves one of these fancy brake lathes here the other day. We can go ahead and put our ventilator brake disc right on there. Grind off them sides on it, make it nice and shiny and flat and smooth again. Just kind of scrape some of that back off the sides there. We can take that off, we can put it back onto the car. Kind of cuts down on the cost a little when we can do all the machining ourselves. Boy, I guess we got plenty of those sitting around now. Put them pads back on. There we are. Alright, and we'll put our front wheels back on. Alright, then we'll go ahead and pop it back here. And put on the brake disc. That one that we took off of here was too misused and abused to do any reworking on, so have to put a new one on there. Alrighty, there we are. Let's go ahead and take a look. That's got everything fixed. Go ahead and get that one kicked out the shop there. Alright, let's take a look what sort of orders we got here. General running gear, loud when accelerating. Running gear problem. Wait, that one's gone. Alright, let's see here. We got a Ripsand Starline from 1998. Hi, it's me, Johnny Johnson, remember? I visited you soon after you opened up the repair shop. I see that business is good. I hope I can take partial credit for it. I was very satisfied with how quickly you worked, and I thought you could use some advertising. Okay, going back to business. I have a terrible case here for you today. I snapped it up cheap from some kid. He wasn't really aware what he was driving and how much it was worth. But his lack of interest in the car is pretty obvious. Please take care of the bodywork and the interior. This car definitely needs it. While you're at it, check the clutch and the suspension elements. I have doubts about them. Do what you have to do, but don't go overboard. It's supposed to work and look acceptable, but I don't want to go broke. I still want to make some money from it. I hope we're clear on that. See ya. Alright, so we got some suspension and some driveline issues, it looks like. I'm going to replace some body parts, change the oil, and probably change the filters. Let's go ahead and take that one. We'll see what we can do for Mr. Johnny Johnson here. Oh my goodness. It is a mess. Alright, well, let's see what we know is wrong with it. Bunch of body parts that we're going to need to replace here. Change oil. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and change the fluids on everything. Alright, well, let's go ahead and we'll pull out our scanners here and just see what we can do for it. New enough that our OBD scanners would work on it. Some of them cars before these things was invented are so old that we can't even put the scanners on them. But we can do that on this one, so it makes it easy for, or easier at least for, oh goodness. Find out what's going on. So we got some spark plugs that we're going to need to replace. We got some ignition coils that we're going to need to replace. Looks like everything else works decently well. Go ahead. Engine can't even be started. Alright, so we can't use the compression tester on it yet. Doesn't really surprise me with all them spark plugs gone. Looks like it's gonna need a new battery as well. Alright. Let's go ahead and we'll move this thing into the shop. Whoops. There we are. Now I think we got a little extra credit here. I'm gonna go ahead and get me a battery charger. And that way we can just charge up the battery on here instead of getting ourselves a new one. Go ahead and take this one off of there. There we are. We'll let that one charge up. And it looks like we're probably going to need a new intake manifold here. Potentially a new throttle. Probably new engine head cover as well. New belt tensioner, just by looking at things here. Bunch of new spark plugs in there. New oil filter. Suppose the rest of it don't do it. Oop, there we go. Gonna need a new power steering pump. That one looks like it's seen better days. Take a quick peek here. Probably gonna end up needing a new serpentine belt as well, I think. Belt tensioner. Alrighty. Take a little look around here at the rest of the engine and see what all we got going on. I think that's... I've been needing a new radiator fan too. Alright. Let's go ahead and we'll do a quick inspection on this thing. I'll wait on that battery to charge up the rest of the way. Oh yeah, that throttle's gonna need replaced most definitely. Belt tensioner. Engine head cover, fan. Oh, gonna need a coils cover. Serpentine belt. There we go. That's kind of what we suspected. Alright. Let's check on the exhaust here and just see. That one looks like it's probably okay. Drive shaft is good. Check on our suspension here. None of that looks too awful bad. Alright. Check on the air filter here and just see. Looks like that's all okay as well. Alrighty, well, we can go get them batteries back off of here. There we are, got that all fixed up, and that saves us the cost of the battery. Alright, let's go ahead and... Suppose we don't have our jack yet. Let's take a look to see whether we can... Engine tools. There we go. We got our garage expansion. Ooh, that's 2,000 though. We can't quite afford that yet. This one looks like it could be expensive. So let's go ahead and start taking this thing apart. Alright, one. And we're gonna have to take off here. There we go. Take the fuel rail off there. It looks like that's okay. We'll take off the intake manifold. Got a couple of rusty bolts here, so we'll go ahead and put that penetrating oil on it. Oh, it helps free them bolts right up. I never had to deal with them getting stuck or busting off or anything in here. This clear penetrating oil is some of the best I ever used. Alright, we'll go ahead and get the engine head covered off of here as well. There we are. Oh my lord, we're gonna need a new camshaft as well, looks like. Those is always fun. So we're gonna have to take the timing chains off as well. Alright, timing cover. Let's go ahead and take our belt tension off because we're gonna need one of them anyway. And we're gonna need a new fan. We'll go ahead and take that one off also. Take out the serpentine belt. We're gonna need one of them. And a power steering pump. We'll take off the oil filter. We're gonna wait on that one because we ain't taking the oil out the bottom of the engine yet. There we are. Go ahead and take our timing cover off of here. Now we can get at that serpentine belt. Take the cam gear back over there. Alright, now we gotta take all these camshaft caps off of here. This is always the most fiddly part to take apart an engine. Got one of them inline 6 engines. Here, fuel goes into one side, all the hot gases come out on the other side over here, and the engine goes forward. Takes the rest of the car with it. Alright, what else were we looking at on the camshaft here? Oh, Bubba's forgot one over this end. Go ahead and take that one off there. There we are. Alright, take that camshaft out of there. Take a look at these ignition coils. There we go. There's one of them. And spark plug's okay down there as well. That one is going to need to come out though. And that one as well. And a spark plug underneath it. Take a look at these ones. Well, I'm going to take that one off of there as well. Then take that spark plug out. It has seen better days. Those two appear to be okay. Alright. That rusty bolt there makes me hope that there's nothing else going on underneath here. Alright. Let's go ahead and take a look at our shopping list here. We're going to need to get ourselves some ignition coils. I think we got 4 of them. And we're going to need to get ourselves some spark plugs as well. I think there's 5 of them. We'll go ahead and get 5 of them as well. And then go ahead and hop back to our main shop here and take a look and see what else we can get. Alright, so we're going to need ourselves a camshaft. Let's get one of them. Radiator fan. Power steering pump. We may be able to fix some of this stuff up. Let's go over to the salvage shop over here. There's a decent amount of stuff we can fix up over here. Now time that just right. There we go. Fix up some brakes. So it's nice putting this stuff back on it at full strength. Alright, so we still need a couple more lessons before we can get that one fixed up. That'd be that one right there, and looks like probably that one right there before we get all that. So definitely gonna have to buy some of the more expensive components on this one. Let's go ahead and we'll pop back to our shop here. We got power steering pump. Let's go ahead and start taking off the ones that we've gotten already. That's just taking these out the front here. Alright, let's do that too. These from that old Salem we were fixing up. Alright, ignition coils. Got them already. Intake manifold. There we go. Definitely gonna need one of them. Whew, those is a pretty penny. Alright, I think that's that. Alright. Go ahead and start putting this thing back together again. New camshafts, new spark plugs on everything here. Always helpful to have a couple extra of those sitting around the shop. So even if we got a couple of them, let's go ahead and there we are. Alright. Put them brand new ones on there. Let's go ahead and put our camshaft caps back on. Hopefully we don't have to take this thing apart. Fix it right first time. Put that power steering pump back on. Oh. I don't think we got a serpentine belt. There we go. Throw them idler rollers back on. There's always a passel of those. Here we are. And we're gonna need another one of them. Alright, those are the two things that we didn't get with them serpentine belts. That belt tensioner back onto there. There we are, all nice and shiny. Alrighty. Go ahead and wrap up. We'll put these camshaft caps back on. Already got the spark plugs in, and we'll just be able to put them engine heads on. Put all the covers back on here as well. And we should be able to fire it up. We have to do an oil change first. I used to run it on the old nasty oil in here. That filter looks like it's seen better days, so get that all took care of before we fire this baby up. Here we are. Oh. Alright, let's get one of them. Delivery service out here is better than Amazon. Click those buttons on my little tablet here, and it a few seconds before it shows up. Put that intake manifold back on there, and there we are.
Put our throttle back on. Brand new one, of course, of that. Alrighty, she's all back together again. Let's go ahead and we'll take a look at using them extra tools. We'll do a needs to be complete. What are we missing? Oh, need to put that fuel rod back on there. There we are. Got that one hiding away down there. Alright, I think that's everything that it took off of it. Go ahead and do a compression test here and just make sure that we fixed everything on there. Good to see them nice new green parts on there. Excellent. Alright, and we'll do a fuel pressure test as well. Alright, perfect. Alright, so we got a couple parts here off the suspension, I think. Let's go ahead and we'll take this thing off to the test track. Engine can't be started. What do you mean it can't be started? I was just turning it over. Oh, you know what? We ain't changed the oil on it yet. Let's go ahead and do that. Whew. Looks like the oil's been kept up on it at least. Go ahead and put that one back. Put that oil filter back onto there. There we are. Alright. And go ahead and put this thing back down. Well, oops, there we are. Put some oil back into the engine here. See where's felt port. There we are. Don't want to put too much oil in the engine. You end up blowing seals on the inside of it. There we are. That's just enough there. Alright. Let's go ahead and we should be able to take this off to the test track now. Brake fluid is missing. Alright. Let's check all the reservoirs in. We'll get them all swapped out and refilled. There's definitely some in there, but it won't gonna work very well. You just change out fluids while I was here. There we are. Alright. Go ahead and fill everything back up again. Put all new fluids in it. Put them coolant in there as well. There we are. Power steering. Alright, there we are. And then pop back over here to the brakes. Perfect. There we go. Alright, that's got down them fluids taken care of. Now let's see if we can take it off to the test track. Wheels are not aligned. That's okay, we don't have a wheel alignment tool. I need to get that suspension fixed anyway. Oop. Yep, there's definitely a bit of a pull to the left. It doesn't want to turn off to the right there. Possibly some sway bar problems with that one. Sway bar links. Maybe tie rod or two. Couple of rear drive axles and some wheel hub bearings. Alright, well. Check and see if that was the rest of it. Looks like it was. Alright. Let's go ahead and we'll take the rear axle apart here. And the wheel hub bearings, we'll go ahead and do that on the other side here. Looks like those have both seen better days. Put one of them on the shopping list. And one of them on the shopping list as well. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll get two of each of them. Go ahead and put them back in here. And we'll just have to fix up the rudder panels and she'll be ready to go off to the races. Perfect. Alright. Go ahead and put our wheels back on here and do the wheel of hokey pokey. And then we just gotta see about replacing all these body panels. Boy, that's a mess. Alright, front bumper. Left door window, left fender. Front license plate, right door window, right fender. Hood, left body window A, left headlight, left side mirror, left tail light, rear bumper, rear window, right body window A, right headlight, basically all the way around. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll just take off everything on here then. Right fender, there we are. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll start putting everything on the list here that we need to purchase. Whoop, taking off the windshield. Let's take the windshield off there, and there we are. Alright. Go ahead and take back to our body shop here. There we are. Alright, so we're going to need a front bumper. Make sure this is the right one here. And clear some extra stuff off of the list here. Alright. Front right fender. Front bumper. Right headlight. Oh goodness. Bubba's gonna be about broke by the time we get to these. Left headlight. The hood. Front left door. Windshield. Left body window. We might have to take a little break on this one. Of course, I don't have the tools to fix up any of the parts that we're taking off at this point, so don't have that one yet. How about the door? There we are. Put the door panel on. Left body window. We ain't got the glass for that yet. Goodness. Still need a door. Put the windshield in. How about the rear window? Ain't got that yet either. See what else we got on here. Windshield. That's gonna cost us a pretty penny as well. Hang on, we put the windshield on there already. Alright. Let's get rid of the windshield then. Feel like them tail lights is gonna be expensive as well. Front right door. Definitely still need one of them. Go ahead and get one of them. Yeah, we're gonna have to take a break on this one. Fix up some other stuff first. Bubba's gonna be completely out of money. Alright, we'll go ahead then and we'll put this one off to the side. It's most of the way there. See what other orders we can get here that we can fix up for not too much. Suspension, brakes. Let's go ahead and we'll take that one. Yeah, don't look too bad. Take that one as well. Alrighty. We have to fix up those two here in the... Fix them up tomorrow, because we're out of time for today, so... We'll see y'all next time. Take care, y'all.